to have you here. My name is Eliza Salsabila, and I'll be moderating our discussion today.
Okay.
Before that, from Micah, we apologize because my English and my French are not good enough.
It sounds great.
But we will try our best for this discussion.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, I do only have about 20 minutes now. So, keep that in mind.
Okay, sir. So this morning, we're going to have a casual but meaningful discussion about something that affects all of us, how ebook and printed book are evolving, especially in context of libraries and digital access. We're really looking forward to hearing your insight as the director of ebook service at the Digital Public Library of America. Our goal is to learn from your experience and also have a chance to share ideas and questions for our side. So feel free to jump in at any time and make this a two-way conversation.
Okay.
Before we ask for your insight, so Micah, we like to share some our thoughts first. Our group has prepared a short presentation highlighting a few real cases from Indonesia related to the use of ebook and printed book, especially in education, public libraries, and reading habit among different age groups. We hope this will give a bit of local context and show this topic also plays out in our country. So now I hand it over to my friend to walk us through the presentation.
Okay.
Okay, so Micah, to open this discussion, I would like provide some initial context about the reading preference of people in Indonesia, which we summarize in the first case section, based on a national survey conducted by Good States in January to February 2022, involving 100 respondents from various regions in Indonesia. It was found that printed books are still the main choice of Indonesians. To be precise, 85.1% of respondents state that they prefer reading books in printed format. Meanwhile, 43.1% state that they read e-books and another 7.1% listen to audiobooks. This data shows that despite the rapid development of digital technology, Indonesian reading habits are still strongly tied to books. It is important to not as a basis for understanding the ongoing digital transition. The digitization of reading does not necessarily replace print format, but must consider people's attachment to traditional ways of reading. In addition, most people tend to remember and understanding content read from paper more easily.
Do you think that is about the available? Sorry, not to interrupt you. Go ahead. I'm wondering if you think part of that difference is the availability of audiobooks versus print books. In the US and a lot of the developed world, audiobooks they're certainly the fastest growing format in libraries. And they're very popular. They're, close to half of library circulations in a lot of places. And I'm wondering if part of that is that people have more exposure to print books, whereas audiobooks would require them to have access through like a subscription service or Audible or something that might be more expensive, whereas print books might be available. Do you think that's part of what's influencing those statistics? You're on mute still.
I'm so sorry. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yeah. Can you repeat? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you think the availability of audiobooks is influencing that statistic. Because in the US, audiobooks have become very popular, close to half of library circulation, and they are the fastest growing format in terms of popularity. And I'm wondering if you think people in Indonesia have access to audiobooks, and that might influence this statistic because print books are presumably available in schools and libraries. Audiobooks, you would need a device and possibly a, expensive subscription like Audible or something. So I'm wondering if you think respondents might not have really had exposure to audiobooks. You're still on mute.
Okay, sir. I mean, in Indonesia, audiobooks are in the form of files that are used as library collection. I mean, that is in.
I just typed the same question just to make sure it was clear.
Thank you, sir. Listen, these are the answer the question. I think they they don't have the access for the books because we get this article.
Um, I'm not sure if I caught that. The audio is kind of coming in and out, but it sounds like you think maybe there is limited access to audiobooks, which could influence this. It was just a thought question, whether the access is similar. Is the audio not working well?
I think some libraries in Indonesia have not yet implemented this audiobooks collection. Uh, Only a few library in Indonesia have audiobooks, sir.
Right, exactly. So if people haven't had exposure, then that's influencing these results, right?
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
Is the audio not working well, or is it okay? If the audio is fine, then we can continue. I just thought if you're not hearing me clearly, then maybe if we all stop our video, then all the bandwidth can go to the audio. Sometimes that makes it clearer.
It's clear, sir.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, I can get a question.
Okay.
After my friend has discussed about the first bit, I will now explain about the second bit, which concern the overview of ebook development in our country. Um, According to the official website of Venus University, book lover in Indonesia initially reluctant to embrace digital books. However, over time, more and more people have started to shift toward digital reading. 2023 survey conducted by Rakuten Insight revealed that only around 12% of Indonesian respondents prefer reading books on smartphone, while approximately 83% prefer physical book. Nevertheless, smartphones have evolved into one-stop solution device that allow users to perform various tasks, including reading. This development has made digital books increasingly attractive compared to their printed books. Furthermore, the use of digital book has become more prevalent in educational settings. Uh, from this case, they can identify several reasons behind the growing interest in digital book, both in general and in education. The first reason is the habit of using smartphone. The feature available on this device have become more diverse as a result. Smartphones are now used for a wide range of purposes, and including reading digital books. The second one is the development of book reader platform. Companies, organizations, and even individuals are providing books reader platform. Some applications offer the collection of digital books across various categories, making access easier and more convenient. And the last one is because the increased awareness of environmentally friendly practice. Since reading physical books require paper more made from teeth, producing more books leads to increased deforestation, which negatively affect the environment. This has raised awareness about the importance of adopting environmentally friendly habits, such as reading digital books. I think that's all I can explain about the second cat. I will now hand it back to Elisa.
Thank you everyone for the great presentation. So now, Sir Micah, after hearing our brief overview of some situation in Indonesia, we really love to hear your thought on the situation.
Yeah, so a couple thoughts, and I'll put these in chat as well. Maybe it'll be easier for you to capture that way. One thought is one big advantage of ebooks is they offer more accessibility in terms of people with visual impairments, dyslexia. Most ebook readers, you can use a dyslexic font or make the font bigger, or people that just have trouble physically holding a book and turning pages. And audiobooks even more so, right? Listening to a book makes the book accessible to lots of people, including people with limited literacy. So that is one big advantage of digital formats is they can sort of more easily be adjusted to accommodate people that have limitations in that regard. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Another just point I wanted to just point out is that I think uh, ebooks, audiobooks, print books, they're not mutually exclusive, right? It's not necessarily one or the other. I think that a lot of libraries in the United States are finding that readers will take whichever is most available. So they might prefer print, they might prefer digital, but if they can get one quicker, they'll take that one and read it whichever way they can get their hands on. And then audiobooks can potentially be complementary for print books, right? So I personally am in a book club. It's a Buddhist book club, so we're reading Buddhist texts. They're very dense nonfiction sometimes. And I will often listen to the audiobook and have a physical copy that I go and underline and mark up. And for me, if it's material that you may want to read a couple times, it's not necessarily one or the other. I think I know more and more people that actually are choosing both and a mix of ebooks and audiobooks. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So one other aspect of this that I think is important, especially for libraries, are the terms on which the books are available. So print books in the United States are available to libraries on basically the same terms as retail. So consumers buy them, libraries can buy them for pretty much the same price. Libraries sometimes pay more to have fancier covers or protective jackets put on them, but otherwise, they can get them for the same price as the consumer. Ebooks, that's not the case. So there's no protection on libraries' ability to buy ebooks. So in many cases, especially the largest publishers are charging a lot more for ebooks than they are for print books. And so that's another important factor, is that right now ebooks are actually much more expensive for libraries to license than print books are to buy. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. That makes sense.
Okay. Um, Otherwise, I think there are some important differences depending on the type of book. A lot of books that are heavy on images, art books, coffee table books, and children's books don't work very well as ebooks. And so often they're not even produced as ebooks, so they're only available as print books. So whereas, fiction books that are really exclusively text tend to work better as ebooks and also audiobooks. So I think that's another factor where not all books translate into ebooks very well.
Yes, sir. Uh, Thank you for the explanation, sir.
I'm sorry that this got cut short. Would you want to continue the conversation tomorrow, or do you think you got what you need out of this?
Depends on you, sir.
I mean, I can make myself available to continue tomorrow if you have other questions or want to continue the conversation. I sent Prima an invite for the same time, and I'll be on time this time. So if that's helpful, I'm happy to talk with you more. But if you feel like you got everything you need, then that's also fine. So you can just let me know by email if you want. If you feel like this covered everything you need, then good luck on your project and with your library careers. If you end up having other questions or want to continue the conversation, then I'll be available tomorrow as well. And you don't have to decide right now. You can just send me an email and let me know once you've talked amongst yourselves and decided if that would be helpful. Is that okay?
Oh, okay, sir. That's okay. We will email you later.
Okay. I do need to jump to my next meeting. Sorry again that I was late. And good luck with your project. Maybe we'll talk again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much.
sir.
Okay.